me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine.
This episode of Greenlight Maine is brought to you by Albin, Randall, and Bennett.
Good morning. Welcome to Greenlight Maine. I'm your host, Julene Gervais. Today's contestants are inspirational. While they're building their companies, they are giving back and helping thousands along the way. Stars and Stripes Brewing and Wreaths for Hope will pitch for the $100,000 cash. And coming up, we'll talk to ARB about accounting advice for both your business and personal use. Now, let's meet today's panel. Welcome Matt Pore from ARB. Tell us about what you do there.
Thanks for having us. So my name is Matthew Pore. I'm the tax director at Albin, Randall, and Bennett. It's a mid-sized accounting firm located in Portland, Maine, and we offer a full array of services from tax, auditing, and consulting.
Awesome, and we're looking forward to talking to you a little bit later.
Great, happy to.
Next up, returning the famous PR maven, Nancy Marshall.
Thanks, Julene. So yes, I am known as the PR maven, and I host the PR Maven podcast. And I own and operate a public relations and marketing agency with clients throughout New England.
Nice. And finally, another familiar face. Welcome back, Jeff Whitaker.
Hi, Julene. It's great to be back. I am the practice manager for professional psychiatric wellness in Scarborough, and we continue to grow.
All right. Well, thank you all for being here. We're going to talk to you in a few minutes, but first, I would like to introduce our first company, Stars and Stripes Brewing. Brad and Nancy, you guys are in the perfect location on Main Street in Freeport. People can stop in on their way to the outlets and LL Bean.
Yes, we have a nice tap room that we just put together. We have the capacity for 150 people.
Wow.
Right now, we have 11 different beers on tap. We have a nice bar setting where people can sit down and talk with their friends and family. We also have an outdoor seating area on a patio that overlooks a small pond with a sprinkler, and we have cornhole and a fire pit.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're looking forward to some samples later, too. Right. So whenever you're ready, just look right at these people. They're very nice, and have a blast.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, we're the proud owners of Stars and Stripes Brewing. We opened our business last Veterans Day in Freeport. The Stars and Stripes tap room is something very unique to Maine. It's fun, upbeat, and welcoming, and it serves as a source of pride to our veterans. It also offers an opportunity for grateful Americans to come in, show their gratitude and respect for their troops. All are welcome. So there's no questioning our strong military theme. Everything from the old military helmets that dangle in the bathrooms as lampshades, to our 50 caliber bullets that serve as tap handles, and our bar top is full of old ammo casings. Even our business motto is enjoy your beer, that's in order.
I served in the Marine Corps from 1999 to 2003 and did a tour in Iraq. The military trains you to go to war, but they don't necessarily train you how to transition back to civilian life. And I know firsthand that not all wounds are visible. Stars and Stripes Brewing is a hub where veterans are honored, supported, and welcomed.
So Maine has a very large veteran population of 110,000. That's 1 out of every 10 Mainers. So the Stars and Stripes unique niche has really allowed us to tap into a population that's committed to giving back to our veterans. Since we opened in November, we've accomplished a lot. For one, we've hired 7 team members, and we all represent a different branch of the military. For our veterans, we were named Best New Business at the Freeport Chamber of Commerce Gala, and we've partnered with local businesses and really immersed ourselves into the craft beer industry and the Freeport community as well by joining memberships and participating in various activities and events. We also have had a lot of veterans that come in and they share their personal stories with us. One day, a man and woman came in and sat at the bar, and he shared some of his stories while he was during his time in service. And after a while, I noticed that his wife was getting a little emotional, and she shared that her husband hasn't had a very difficult time transitioning since coming back from war. and that they don't really get out and socialize that often. And she had just realized that they were at the brewery for 3 hours, and she was just thrilled, and they're one of our favorite customers now. On our opening day, a man had shared that just being in our tap room was the most therapeutic day he's had since he came back from war more than 10 years ago. So as you can see, our tap room serves as more than just a place to come and have a great beer. It's truly a sense of community.
Great job. Great addition to the community, and thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start the questions with Matt.
Sure. So you're a brewery. So I guess my question is, in an overly saturated market that we have in Maine, how are you going to set yourself apart and continue to grow your business?
When we first opened the brewery, that was something that we had thought about, and I don't think that we possibly would have opened a brewery without having the unique veteran niche that we do. Our brewery is set apart from any other brewery, whereas we aim to make excellent beer, but we also are there to serve the community as well.
Nancy.
Well, it's hard enough to make money when the profit margin, which should be around 20%, goes back to the business. How are you charging and pricing for your beer so you can make a profit and give back?
Well, we're at this point right now, we're having specific nights where we would give back to a veterans organization, and they would also do some of their own advertising for that to get people in, and then they either do silent auctions, stuff like that, to help their organization. And we would also give back a percentage of the sales for that night for that particular organization.
So having events.
Exactly. Events is our big thing. Yeah.
Okay. Jeff.
So you've obviously successfully launched. You do have a niche, and you've hired team members. The next step to be able to keep it going and have, probably a little bit of an overused word, sustainability. How are you going to scale up, and what would you do, say, to enhance your website to get the word out with respect to any future expansion?
Yeah, so what we're looking to do is invest into our distribution supply chain for restaurants and bars who've reached out to us, and we'd really like to develop that market even further. So support from Greenlight Maine would allow us to invest into a second cooler system dedicated to distribution. We'd hire a new employee to help with distribution, increase our supplies, and purchase a delivery truck as well.
I like it. You guys just said what you would do with the money. That's fantastic. We need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're getting some free accounting advice, so don't go away.
We're honored to be Greenlight Maine CPA firm sponsor. Maine is home to a range of businesses, from startups that you might see on this program to closely held businesses and organizations that operate internationally. ARB's advisors are providing savvy solutions to complex issues for sophisticated and growing businesses of any size across Maine and throughout New England. And we're doing it the way you want Mainers to, guided by our local, sensible values.
Albin, Randall, and Bennett is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
At Sutherland Weston, it's not just about being persuasive, it's about being prepared. Too many agencies get excited about how to gain attention, but not what happens next. We know what happens next is really the important part. That's why we've had 15 years of continuous growth. As a responsive, problem-solving, creative partner, one who's not afraid of accountability, responsibility, or what happens next. Looking for a creative, strategic partner? Let's talk.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our Sunday morning conversation is with ARB, and we're so happy to have Matt here to give us some great advice for all our contestants.
Well, thanks for having us. So the advice that I have for all the contestants would be to set up their team of advisors, which would be their accountants, their attorney, insurance folks, wealth advisors. And the better the team, the more successful the company's going to be.
Absolutely. And it's never too early to start, because a lot of times they come on here and they're very new. They've only been out for like 6 months, and they say, well, I'm really not ready for that stage of my business yet.
In the market, if they find a professional that serves their niche, then that advisor could actually guide them through areas within their organization that could help streamline their business and the success of the business.
Nice. Let's talk about the firm. You guys have gone through some great improvements to your website. You're growing. You have a lot of clients.
Sure.
Tell us about it.
So over the last 8 months to a year, we've been working on rebranding the firm, and so we have a new logo and a new website, and we feel like that's going to really help us penetrate the markets that we need to for the growth of the firm.
And for our viewers at home, do you take private customers?
We do. We offer private client services for high net wealth families, and each family is different. It has different goals, and so we help them through the process of wealth transfer and succession planning.
And it really is a relationship that goes on through decades and even generations.
Absolutely, yes.
And if you're not happy with the accounting firm you're with and you don't feel like you have a good relationship,
That's right.
you can always call you guys.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, and so we work with the matriarch, patriarch of the family, the kids, the grandkids, and then we service the related entities and the family limited partnerships and the trust, and we're a full service tax and accounting firm.
And number of people on staff that you have?
We have about 50 people on staff. We're a mid-sized firm in Portland, and but we service clients throughout New England and the United States.
Wow,
And internationally through our affiliated membership through CPA America.
And what do you like to do in your free time? Because I know you're probably in the office for like 80 hours in all spring.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the free time, I'm busy with my 2-year-old daughter, and in addition to that, I like to do woodworking. And that helps me use a different part of my brain, and I actually like to create something that I can touch.
Awesome. Well, thank you so very much. We're so happy to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. We need to take a quick break, but when we come back, our second company is Wreaths for Hope. Don't go away. Thank you.
Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosher Furniture, handmade American furniture since 1972.
Reaching new customers online is hard. You've tried Facebook, Google Ads, email. You even built a website 10 years ago. You're way too busy to focus on digital marketing, and you're not getting results.
At Dream Local Digital, that's what we do. We've helped businesses nationwide grow with online marketing. We're the experts. Let us help you.
We're very proud of the product we make and the way that we make it. The most important features of our original dog vest are in its design. Traditional lenders, they steer away from unproven track records.
In you come. Hold up.
CEI gave us the opportunity to build a track record, show that our future path will be more solid than our past.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our second company is Wreaths for Hope. Welcome, Artie. It's so good to have you here. This is a personal story for you.
Yes, it is. A lot of great ideas come from personal stories, and if you were to go for wreathsforhope.org, our website, you'd be able to hear our story and why we're doing what we're doing.
I'm sure our viewers at home will do just that. And we're happy to hear your pitch. So whenever you're ready, just take it away.
Thank you. My name's Artie Mingo, and I'm the CEO and founder of Wreaths for Hope, also the second generation to run Mingo's Evergreen products. It's a family business that we've been handcrafting balsam wreaths and other holiday products for more than 60 years. I've always had the ambition to try to create something that we do every single day into a social enterprise. I was sitting at my desk one evening, and I noticed somebody stuck a magnet on my filing cabinet shaped as a ribbon, and it said, "Don't give up on the fight against cancer." So light bulb came on. I said, I wonder if I can create a wreath that's shaped like a ribbon. So I started to sketch, and after 14 prototypes and over 4 years, I've come up with the frame that we're going to use today and in the future. The next thing was to do is to be able to create that in mass production, which we have done. Second is creating the business part of this project, and first idea was to reach out to foundations and organizations that would obviously take something like this, help them raise money for what they do every day. So our first call would be to the foundation that inspired this project, would Stand Up for Cancer. So I reached out to them. Within a week's time, I had a response back. And within about 3 hours, I was having a phone conversation with their board of directors. They wanted to be a part of this thing. They believed in what we were doing, and they see this as a great fundraiser and a brand recognition for what they do. So we continue to reach out. You can see some of the foundations that we're involved in now, some of the largest foundations in the world. Hardly anybody has said no to us. They all want to be a part of this thing because it's the very best time of year. Christmas time, people feel like giving. So people can go to our website, they can order a wreath, click on the foundation that they want to support. 20% of the price of that product goes directly to that foundation. They can have a little gift card made, send a heartfelt message, and also they can pick a certain color. Every cause has a color that they designate what they do with the ribbon. So they can actually pick to choose the color that represents the cancer they're affected by or any other cause. We have a foundation reaching out to Alzheimer's, National Alzheimer's Foundation is reaching out to us. We're going to deal with MS, Parkinson's. So obviously the symbol, the ribbon symbol, synonymous with any type of cause, so we're welcoming all foundations to be part of this project. What we're working on right now, this year, is corporate sponsorship. We identified more than 100 companies that either sponsor the foundations we're partnering with now or corporations that somehow we're already involved with. They all want some type of social initiative. A product like this is great brand recognition for them. We're in negotiation right now with one of the largest food franchise companies in the nation. Our proposal to them, and we're into our third meeting with them right now, is for 1 million wreaths. They want to do 100,000 wreaths a year for the next 10 years. So basically, we're going to manufacture the product. They'll have their name on it. Brand recognition, visibility for them, giving back to that time of year.
Great job, great story. You're from Washington County in Calais, so I'm sure you have a great community out there that's involved in this.
Yeah, community support's been tremendous. They see the recognition in this. Not besides the 20% that goes to the foundation, 10% of the price, 10% of the price of every single wreath that we sell is going to stay with a local initiative. Our first objective is to build a transportation division to help people get to Bangor, Brewer, and beyond for treatments or hospital visits that they have to have because of their illness.
Sure. My first question is, what % of your sales are based in Maine, and what % of your sales are based outside of Maine?
Probably right now, where we're just beginning, probably 50% of the sales are within Maine. The other 50 across the country. We've shipped to every single state in the nation.
Good question. Nancy.
How are you promoting your wreaths?
Up to the foundation, whether they can promote it, and that's kind of a hurdle that we're working on right now, is because these large foundations, because the IRS regulations, can't promote a third-party product, but we're doing it behind in other ways, like American Cancer Society, the Relay for Life. Stand Up for Cancer is owned by the National Entertainment Industry of America, so we're doing it behind, through that organization.
The lifeblood of American business starts with small business. When there are family small businesses, it's even better. Congratulations on 2 generations. 10,000 wreaths is a lot to scale up to. I hope you have a big family, or the better question is, how are you going to do that?
It's 1 million wreaths.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 100,000 for the next 10 years with this one company. But we're going to scale this thing beyond. Our first goal within 4 years is to get to 1 million wreaths a year with this. Being in the business for 60 years, we have a Rolodex that's huge. We know everybody that manufactures wreaths, where the tips come from. On both sides of the border. So obviously, they all won't be manufactured within our own factories. We'll be reaching out and giving other manufacturers the opportunity to make a little bit off of this too. So it's not just the giving the 20% and the 10%, both for 30%. The amount of employment that we will produce, not just in our area, but beyond, it's going to be tremendous for the state of Maine. We're looking at probably to do 100,000. We're going to add 6 full-time jobs and probably about 60 part-time jobs, seasonal jobs. When we get to that million factor, we're talking at least 600 seasonal jobs and probably about 37 full-time jobs.
Excellent. That's just what we want, jobs in Maine. So thank you very much. Great job. We need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk to our judges, so don't go away.
Broadcast facilities are provided by Husson University's NESCOM, the New England School of Communication.
I believe in business today there are too many experts and not enough expertise. I think there are too many promises and not enough follow-through. Those things used to be the norm, but now they're the exception. At Sutherland Weston, we work hard every day to be that exception. We've had 15 years of continuous growth, and I'm proud of that. I think if your business is looking for a creative, responsive, problem-solving partner, if you're looking for the exception, I think we should talk.
We all dream of where our college degree will take us. Thomas has been making our graduates' dreams come true for over a century. Lindsay's a project design manager at WEX. She got there from here. Desiree manages small case renewals at Unum. She got there from here. Brittany's a field merchandiser for Hannaford. She got there from here. Greg's Tyler Technologies VP of Product Strategy. He got there from here. And I became a college president. I got here from here. Dream big and know with a Thomas degree, you can get there from here.
Advertising and PR help build awareness and generate sales, but they're not the same thing. Essentially, advertising is paid media and PR is earned media. Advertisers purchase space and control the message. PR, on the other hand, provides journalists with story ideas delivered through press releases or a media pitch, which is usually a brief email offering a news story to a specific reporter.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. It's time for our judges to deliberate, and our folks at home are dying to hear what you guys think of these two companies. They're so good, both of them, right?
They were great companies. They both gave great pitches. They're both different, unique markets, and but in my mind, I think that each one of them has some challenges, and scalability and sustainability are things that I'm thinking about in my decision.
Yeah, what company doesn't have challenges? Sure.
But when you look at those things, the real, I think, bottom line is, in both cases, they had a little trouble articulating what they would do if they won with the money, number one. Number two, I'm not sure that they're ready to take the step to realize some of the things that are going to happen if they are going to turn the corner to sustainability and the like. And that's the key to business, especially if in doing this, the real goal is to create jobs. And that's the lifeblood of an industry, of a state, of a country, is having something that does that.
Well, that's why I asked about the management team. And I mean, because they all need to have what I would call a hit by a bus plan. Like any business owner needs to assume that something's going to happen. And how is that business going to operate without you? And I fear that for both of them, the enterprise is a little too dependent on the owners.
That's right. Artie, we were talking to them off camera. Artie did say he did have a plan for that. He's not only has a brother, but he has a best friend.
Manager.
That's his best friend, too. Okay, how about Stars and Stripes in that category? Did you get a hit by the bus plan there?
Again, it was both companies had a little difficulty articulating that. The whole thing with Stars and Stripes, with the fact that you've got to look at not how you're going to deliver the product, but how are you going to have the capacity, the science, and the manpower or employees to be able to push everything to the point where you are satisfying the demand for the product. No matter how good the niche is, no matter how good the product is, if you can't deliver, you're not going to be telling your accountant you're awash in cash.
Absolutely.
And that's what the goal is.
And they have a great
ultimately.
niche, though.
They do.
We talked a little bit off camera about franchising. That would be a really great franchise to push around the country, and that's something that they should consider. And also taking advantage of the tax credits that they're promoting veterans, and there's a lot of tax incentives hiring veterans that they should look into.
There is a saying, the riches are in the niches.
That's right.
And actually, yeah, I asked if they had thought about going national, and I felt like they haven't thought that far ahead yet. So they need to do literally some green light thinking.
Mm-hmm. They need a team, as you were saying
That's
earlier.
right.
They
That's
need
right.
the accountant, they need the good legal, they need the insurance piece, because they're going to get offers. And
of course, the marketing piece.
They need a good marketing. How could I possibly forget about you? Oh my gosh. That's right. So yeah, or else you don't want them to get taken advantage of.
But you see how good the initial inception thoughts were on what they wanted to accomplish. First-time entrepreneurs have a real bad rap in that they always short fund. The other thing that first-time entrepreneurs do is that they don't think of what might happen if the key man goes down. They don't think of what the next step is to how they should look after their business with respect to tax credits, et cetera. And then they say, oh, we'll take care of that when we get there. But you've got to start doing that early on in the process to really take advantage of something like Greenlight Maine.
Excellent discussion. Great job. Okay, our judges are going to vote, and when we come back, we'll tell you who gets the green light. Don't go away.
In 1972, Tom Moser committed his life's work to craft, and 4 decades later employs 70 fine craftsmen and women in our shop in Auburn, Maine. With showrooms and customers from coast to coast and numerous awards and accolades, Tom has firmly established himself as an entrepreneurial tour de force and has proven that a life doing what you love is indeed possible.
Reaching new customers online is hard. You've tried Facebook, Google Ads, email. You even built a website 10 years ago. You're way too busy to focus on digital marketing, and you're not getting results.
At Dream Local Digital, that's what we do. We've helped businesses nationwide grow with online marketing. We're the experts. Let us help you.
Whether you're a small business or a big business, whether you're cutting edge or looking at a traditional industry in a whole new way, whether you're on the coast, in the city, a small town, wherever. If you're an organization here in Maine, if you want to innovate, and if you want to grow, we want to support you. We're the Maine Technology Institute.
MTI is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
We're honored to be Greenlight Maine CPA firm sponsor. Maine is home to a range of businesses, from startups that you might see on this program to closely held businesses and organizations that operate internationally. ARB's advisors are providing savvy solutions to complex issues for sophisticated and growing businesses of any size across Maine and throughout New England. And we're doing it the way you want Mainers to, guided by our local, sensible values.
Albin, Randall, and Bennett is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Today we heard from 2 companies that are a niche market and are definitely giving back to the community and to the nation. But unfortunately, only one can move on. Judges, who gets the green light? Congratulations to Artie from Wreaths for Hope. He is moving on in the competition to compete for the $100,000. That's all the time that we have today. Please like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We appreciate your comments, so please keep them coming. And we'll see you right back here next week after Meet the Press on New Center Maine. Have a fantastic Sunday. Congratulations. Nice job. Come on over.
This episode of Greenlight Maine has been brought to you by Albin, Randall, and Bennett. Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you.
Greenlight Maine has been a paid-for presentation by the Portland Media Group.